Hi everybody, I've just got a channel update. I've decided I'm going to change the way I present this channel. I've been doing quite a lot of videos of a knife, of each knife when I finish it, primarily so that the person who's buying that knife can actually see it. And then I think that's important that they should see it closely before they buy it. So what I'm going to do from now on, I'm going to do a short private video of each knife that I build, and send a link of that video to that customer. So they'll be the only ones that get to see that. This is going to mean that there's going to be fewer videos. I'm going to be posting fewer videos on this channel. But what videos I do post, I hope will be of more general interest to everybody. I did mention in my last video I want to get away from the order book, and I've got an order book now which stretches way into toward the end of the summer. And as soon as I've cleared all my orders, I'm not going to be taking many more orders. I'm going to take orders in small numbers. Now, it seems that whatever I say, or anyone says for that matter, someone somewhere will misconstrue it, and they'll think, oh, he's not doing orders, or he's not doing this, he's not doing that. I've never said that. What I've said is that I'm going to shut my order book, and when the order book is, all my orders are built, then I'm going to open it and I'm going to take orders in small numbers, maybe 10 at a time. And then when I've built those 10, you know, I'll feel much freer in myself. What I want to do is build my knives, go out to the workshop, build my knives, and then once they're ready, put them on my website and sell them. That way, if you see a knife which is available on my website, you can buy it straight away. I want to get away from people having to wait months and months. So at the moment, some people are having to wait 6-7 months for a knife from me. And if I kept taking orders at the rate they were coming in, people would be waiting probably 2 years by now. And I think what happens is that disinterest sets in after they forget about it. And some people, things change. You know, maybe they get married, and they can no longer afford to buy the knife a year or two later, or their interests have changed and they're no longer interested. So I think it's good to have the knife available immediately, and that's why I want to reduce my orders. I'm going to be building the same lines of knives. I'll show you those in a minute, plus a couple of new designs that I've got on the drawing board, which I'll be bringing out later in the summer. I finished a few knives for people just recently. I'll show you. Well, I've got the entire range at the moment that I build here, so I'll bring you over and show you that just now. I am filming this, by the way, in my kitchen. I find myself to be head chef and bottle washer and carer. For those of you who follow me, you'll know that my wife underwent surgery on her ankle, and that was successful. She's now in the other room with her foot up. She's basically housebound, and she's going to be off work for anything up to 6 months. So my sole income comes from Jacklore. This is it. I don't claim any benefits. I never have, and hopefully I'll never have to. It is my livelihood. So anyway, a quick look at the foot. And here we have a foot. A foot and a leg in plaster. The ankle's been completely fused, so when it sets, Mandy won't be able to move her ankle. How are you feeling?
Okay, thank you.
Are you enjoying sitting down with your foot up?
Yeah.
It's right for some people, isn't it? There we go. That rather you than me. And what's that sock on the end for?
To keep my toes warm.
Oh dear. hopefully from that you can see that Mandy's doing alright. I'd just like to reassure those on the waiting list that I do intend clearing that list by the end of the summer, and then I will be taking orders in small numbers and building knives to sell direct from my website. I'm also building knives for the UK Knife Show, which I'm attending this year with Leave Melby Knives, and also the knife is finished to a much higher standard now. As my knowledge has increased, obviously, I've learnt how to do certain things. I've been told some insider information, which has really brought the knife up to a much higher standard in every way. I can show you some knives I got in the building process at the moment. This is my my hand rubbing bench, and this knife will be rubbed to 600 grit finish, and the same for all these as well. These are just the temper colours on the blade at the moment. You'll notice that one's got smaller pinholes than the others. The reason being that I'm on the solid brass pins, I'm moving away from the solid brass pins to Corby bolts, which are a threaded sort of bolt, so the scales will be held on with epoxy, incredibly strong epoxy, and Corby bolts as well. Though having said that, the pins are incredibly durable and strong anyway. It's just another option that I'm adding to the range. These are the actual brass Corby bolts that I'll be using. I'll be doing steel and brass. So once you've put them in, you screw these through the scales and then grind them down so they'll look like a pin, but in actual fact they'll be Corby bolts. And I've had to get a special mill attachment, so just another option there. Here's a few knives that I've finished through heat treat, and I've rubbed the flats out. This one needs the flats rubbing out on that. There's about half hour's work to rub that out, make it look good. These will be going to the knife show. Jeff Minto did ask, he says, do you not do many scouts and minis? Well, I don't do as many. I do more the classic than I do the scout and the mini, simply because the classic's the more popular sort of woodlaw clone design, if you like, the bushcraft knife, and people seem to want that more. But and I didn't take an order book for the mini or the scout, so they tend to be built in smaller numbers. Having said that, I've got some finished knives I'll show you now. I'll show you the complete range in actual fact. So all these just need the handles putting on, and then profiling, sheaths built, and they're ready for the knife show. And what you see here is the complete range of the knives that I'm currently building, which I will continue to build indefinitely, or for as long as I'm a knife maker anyway. I've done a few subtle changes. I am going to be building the wisp, with and without the holes. The holes, as I mentioned in my previous video, were for holding it like that for striking on a flint, but I might do a few without the holes, so you just have that. And it'll be going in a fairly simple sheath like that. I'm working on half a dozen of them at the moment. A couple of them are being given away as prototypes and gifts, and they're going to be, the rest of them are going to be sold at expected price range of around about £60. It's got a little loop, so you can tie some paracord around it and wear it around your neck as a neck knife. And as you can see, it's only a small little thing, but a beautiful, beautiful little knife, very useful. Quite pleased with that. That brings me on to these other knives here. I've got a mini, a scout and a classic. Let's finish this mini. For those of you who pay a lot of attention, notice that I'm now curving the fronts of the scales, and I brought that back a little bit. This is a Corian with red liners, mosaic pins, and that beautiful hand rub finish, which I now apply to every knife. It's got oil on it. This is for Eugene, Roman Legionnaire. Hope you like that, Eugene. Said I'd build it for you. A mini. Quite pleased with that. It's a beautiful little knife, actually. And next up is a scout. This is an unusual design because Odd Yellen from Norwegian Bushcraft asked me to build this for him, and he was so kind, he sent me some money way back in the winter when I got flooded out, and I said no, I don't need the money, I'll build you a knife. And he said okay. So this is that knife I've now built you. It's got to finish the sheath off Odd. So there's your holes which he wanted for lashing holes perhaps. And he wanted the back well rounded. So if he hit it with a mallet or anything, it wouldn't damage the wood. But you know, I still wouldn't advise whacking it unless you really had to. So there you go. Odd. Again, that beautiful hand rub finish that I'm getting. And they're all razors. And this one is red liners on this one too. And then I finished this one for Ickmail, also known as this looking Keo, and he's from Malaysia. Ickmail, this is order number 186. This is, for all its simple beauty, the most basic knife I do. In that it's with standard walnut scales. Walnut or oak is what I do on the standard knife, with plain brass pins, no fibre liners. No fibre liners at all. So it's beautiful in its simplicity, but because it's my basic model knife, I haven't skimped on anything. It's still got the hand rub flats all finished and hand sanded. So a beautiful piece. Through Ickmail. So sheath almost finished for that. So I think that just about concludes my update. Oh, there's one other thing. Plunges. The plunges on them. Yeah, this is Ickmail's plunges. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. Focus. This is every Jacklore's finished like that now. Nice sharp drop point, I like that. Good accurate plunges. and you can see the wood glue finish. It's imperceptible. No bumps either where the brass is. It's all flat. I've got a knife I'm still waiting for final payment on from Sean. I took this knife with me to show it to Lee from LB. Lee's got a very good eye for knives, and he said, yeah, this has got white liners. He said it wasn't perfect, it wasn't just perfect, he said, it was collector perfect. The plunges on it are spot on, absolutely as accurate as they can be. And this one's with a tapered tang and mosaic pins. So I need final payment for that one, please, and then I'll send it out to you. Look at the plunges on Odd's knife. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. Unusual with the holes. I've only done a few like that. There you go, Odd. I'm getting the logo stamped really well now as well, really good. And lastly, close up of Eugene's. It's gone blurry. There's that lovely stamp again. Look. Okay, everybody, that's all from me from now. Just to reiterate, as soon as these orders are cleared, I'm taking orders on a very small basis, and I am building my knives to sell direct from my website. I build between 3 to 4 knives a week. It's just me doing it. At the moment I'm caring for my wife. That includes leather work, wrapping and packing, etc, etc. So it's extra full-time occupation at the moment. So thanks for bearing with me, everybody, and I'll see you all in the next video. All the best, and I'll see some of you at the Bushcraft show as well. Looking forward to that.